guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game. And speaking of the game, let's get right to it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. One man in the backfield, that's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie.
Only his.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Play action. Now it's Brady. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. So after the INT, it's Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The tight end, Cameron Brate, was the target. That'll bring up second down. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Mario Edwards in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
35! Watch out, watch out. 55. 220. 72.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Paul Krause, the safety, in on the tackle.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone, but these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
James has got it. Complete. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
No gain on the play there, second down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive lineman and control him. And what I love about the good...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Emmanuel Sanders, 28 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed first down pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years, Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the defense will get and he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 20. 3 down. Right, 20.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. 15 yards through the air on a first down. Brady now on first down. Going for the deep ball. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
It's complete to Golden Tate, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Tie right. Solo out there, check the outside. Here we go. By 20.
From the pistol, pro sides. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Brady going to go on 4th down. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. And now out comes Houston. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
He'll set up the screen to McCoy. LaShawn McCoy off to the races. Touchdown, Houston. LaShawn McCoy, 56 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Well, looking down at my game card here, that's 5 drives now for them and 4 touchdowns. I think anybody would take an 80% ratio.
I'm sure that they would, but if you flip it over to the other side of the ball, what are they going to hang their hat on? There was one possession. They held them to no score whatsoever. That's what they're going to try and build on and try and slow this team down.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Right side caught by Jackson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller, and it's 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
We got three.
They do go for it. It's Brady. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this.
Easy. Alert flare.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. McCoy, and he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that run wasn't very successful. They did have a big one on the previous play. So you get the sense that the offense is probing around, trying to find the ones that are going to work. And when they find them, they'll keep coming back to them.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Brady to throw on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They're going to run with Charles. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll... And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they...
That's caught inside the 20. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. They come out here in the eye. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
Brady's going to sneak it. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call.
You don't like that?
That's just because they didn't get it, though.
Oh, okay.
Hindsight's 20/20.
2020 and never defeated.
55! Shift. Wait, 20.
Now this time, Brady will throw, and he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Golden Tate there to make the grab, and the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. That kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
There he goes left side. Touchdown, Houston. Jesse James, 61 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. A very solid gain of 27.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And they're going to speed things up here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On second down, it's McCoy. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. And now they're in the hurry-up. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking for Sanders here. And that's caught inside the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
On second down, here's Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deshaun Jackson, 87 yards. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left.
They'll run it. This is Procise. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And now out comes Houston. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Give them 11 on the gain there. And it's good enough for a Houston first down. A give to McCoy. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And the offense needs 7 out of this play on third down.
4 down. 20. 53. Alert. 3. Check 3. We go. 49. Check 51. 20. 52.
From the gun, it's Brady. Going underneath for Charles. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Six yards to go here on second down. Again, it's McCoy. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. In the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end.
Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time."
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the longtime Bengal, Leon Hall. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They take over with great field position. They've got the big lead. Most would say they should kneel it, but the key word there is should. You never know here.
You never know. That's the exact play that should happen. But some people like stats. You know, some people like to put more things up on the board, but kneel down is usually the right play here.
We'll see what they do in this situation. This give is to McCoy. Spinning past him. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
They'll run it with McCoy, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Brady going to look to throw. Baldwin with it over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Third down now following the completed pass. Charles the lone setback. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
We got three. three, fellas. We got three. White 20. White 20.
They'll hand it off to Pro-Size. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.